Let's see how to schedule a quiz in a Microsoft team. So first I will go to assignment. As you can see here, the assignment tab is here where I'm hovering my mouse. So as soon as you click on the assignment, tab will be opened, assignment tab. The Microsoft team is taking a little time just because of its sluggish nature and probably weak internet. Okay, so here you see there are already assigned tests, but I need to create a new one. So I will be going on to the create tab, which is here. You can see here. Just click on the create tab, and you will get few options such as assignment, quiz, and existing form. So I need to create a quiz that is a multiple choice question type MCQ. So I will click on quiz. So once you click on the quiz, again the window will pop up, and that window will suggest you that you already have some classes available where you can schedule the test. So you can either search your class wherever you want to schedule the quiz, or you can just select the class. For example, let's say if I want to take a test on power quality, that is B division. So I will select this. I will click on next. So as soon as you click on next, form will open, which is very similar to Google form. So you can see here I have already created a few Google Forms which is there. So instead of editing this, you can go for new quiz, or you can if you go for new quiz, then you will find these quizzes also which can be edited. So I will click on the new quiz, and the Google form will appear on the browser, and that browser can be default browser. For me it is right now Mozilla or Chrome, sorry, it's Chrome. For you it can be Mozilla or Internet Explorer. So here it is, an untitled quiz has appeared. Now what you need to do is, first of all, you have to rename it. Let's say if I will take write down a name, let's say test 1, and let's have the description is MCQ type consisting of, let's say, 30 marks. So I'm done with it. Then I will click on add new. So when you click on add new, now which type of test it is? It is choice based type. So click on choice. Now there are some recommendations which are coming, which is based on the past of unit test 1. So if you are getting recommendations, you can select that also. Otherwise, you can select yours. For example, I will do one thing. I will first select the recommendations, then we will say later on what to choose. So first of all, if I selected this recommendations, then you can have this selected. Then I will create on add new. Yes, here it is. So as you click on the new quiz, you will get this space over here. So now what I need to do is I will just copy a question. For example, if I am copying a question from here and I am pasting it here. Now options, if you are having options in this format, then it can be pasted at a time. So I am just copying it at a time, Control C, and you can see here at a time I am doing Control V and everything is copied. Now the correct answer is B. So what I will do is I will just tick mark B. So this will make this as a correct answer. Now for how much points it is? 1. That is 1 point. Then is it a required value that has to be attempted? Yes, it is required, which means it is compulsory. So this is how you can add on going you can go on adding the question. This is question number 1. Similarly, add new. Again you go to the choices. Again second question has appeared. You can again go to the second question. You can copy and you can paste it. Again for options I have taken in this format, so it is convenient for me to copy paste at once. So now here I have copy pasted all the options at a time, and B is again the answer. So again I will go to the B and I will click it. Now once you have done the required in the first question, second you don't need to repeat, and the point is also will be followed as it is. So this is how you will be preparing a question, and once you are done, you will be seeing here test 1 saved. So once it is saved, then you don't have to do anything over here. Now you can close this window, test one save, and you just close this window. You just get back to the assignment section in the tree. You have to again go to the create, then again go to quiz. Now wherever you want to assign, for example B, go to next, and see the test one has already been created. You can select that, you can go to next, and as soon as you go to the next, now you can enter the instructions. All questions are compulsory, or you have to do in 30 minutes, whatever instruction you want to give. So those instructions have to be given. Then you can just edit this class, where to assign, whom to assign, and the rest other things, assigned to the latest students or not. So this is not a part which is to be looked on. So just cancel this. Coming on to the due date and the time due date. Yes, this is important section. Please take care of this. So when you go to the edit part, you will find here there are options available. Schedule to assign in future. In future, you can just schedule the test. You can just click here, and once you click here, you can just schedule the test at any post date. Let's say I am scheduling on Monday 22nd, and I am also choosing a time. Probably I will be choosing at 3 p.m. and I will select a due date, that is 23rd 11:59. Okay. Now I want that this should be only for 45 minutes. Then I can do that. I will again go to 22nd, and I will just schedule it for only 45 minutes, that is 03:45 p.m. So it is being scheduled only for 45 minutes, but late entry is allowed. So the closing date will continue. The closing date will not be 22nd. I will continue till 23rd, which means the due date is 22nd, but the people can submit the test till 23rd, and it will be considered as late submission. So you can just click on done, and once you are done with it, now you have to just schedule. There is an option present here, that is schedule. So once you schedule it, you will be uh, the students will be able to see this particular assignment. Okay, so this is how you have to schedule an assignment, MCQ type, for your students. Now the next part is how to download the marks which has been already the students have given. How to do that? So let's see that also. I will just discard this. I don't want this. I was just showing you an example. Do you want to discard? Yes, I want to discard. So for example, let's say I will go to CS2 test, which is currently going on. I will just click on that test. Now you can see here there are 65 students to return, which means there are total 65 students. There are some viewed, some turned in, some not turned in. So first of all, I will just click on the status. Just click on the status, and you will find that it is arranged in an order. So I will click on the status, and it is arranged how much students have turned in. Turned in means they have already submitted. These many students have viewed but still not submitted, and these have not turned in at all. So how to get the marks? So marks is can be downloaded from here, export to Excel. So if I click on export to Excel, the file will be downloaded, and if you just look at the file, then you will find the scores over here. But right now the scores will not appear. Why it will not appear? Again, there is a reason behind this. You can see here it's all blank. Now why it is all blank? The marks should be appeared here. Why? because because here marks are already available, so they should have been there into the Excel sheet, but it is not there. Why it is not there? Because we haven't returned yet. So until unless you return these marks to the students, you will not be able to see the marks. So how to do that? Either you can do by clicking all the students uh, one by one, or you can just select all. You can from here you can just select all. So you have selected 65 to return, but remember 65 have not submitted. So do one thing, we can just go down, and we can uncheck those who are still left, so that they are able to give test, because once you submit their test, they will not be able to appear for the test. So please remember, those who have not turned in and those who are only viewed status, please don't return the marks to them. So these are the turned in. So you can see here. So what I will do now, 46 students have returned in. So I will just return. I will click on the return, and it will take a while. It will take a little moment, and the marks will be sent to the students. And while the marks are sent to the students, now you will find that the Excel sheet will have marks available. This column which was empty, now there will be marks filled over here. Okay, so let's see whether it's done. Okay, now you can see here to return 19 and 46 students have been returned with a green tick. Now again I will go to this section from where I have export to Excel. So as soon as you export to Excel, now again I will go to the download section, and again I will open the second sheet. Now here you see the difference. Now do you find the marks over here? Yes, now I have the marks over here, those who have submitted. So this is how at a single click you can get the marks, and you can download this sheet multiple times. So you don't have to worry, you just keep on returning the student marks, and once you are done with all the students, then you can go to these three dots and you can export to Excel, and this is how you will result will be generated in very fast. It will be generated very quickly. If you are facing problem with this, then yes, you can do one more thing. You can just attach filter, and while attaching filter you can just sort them A to Z. So once you have sorted them A to Z, now you can see here 1 2 3 4 all alphabetical orders it will be appearing, and you can directly copy paste these numbers and assign paste in your sheet. So I hope you would have definitely understood this how to do this. Okay, so thank you very much.